We have our first image. I use Open Canvas, but this layering thing is also in Photoshop and in SAI. I use this because I like it a lot. I use it for about 15 years or something, so I'm very used to it. So the the important part will be this one of the layer on the layer screen on the layer window that we're going to use. Maybe some people just wanted to use only one layer or two layers for this type of pics or something, but it's better when you are using another types. It's only for the skin. I usually use for 4 or 5 layers because some effects they can only be doing by this way. So let's see. This image is completely black and white. So if I want to use it to start coloring from below of it, we we first need to destroy or eliminate all the white. So Open Canvas has a great tool here in image. I don't know, it's in edit that it reads luminosity transparency. This one will make all the white to be eliminated from one chance. It's a great filter. So if you see now, I will create a new layer. I will put skin, and I will put it below the layer of the line art. If we try to color it, we try to color it. Well, I don't know if it looks. We add some color here. If you see now, the layer of the skin is above this one other layer.
Uh-huh.
It cannot be seen or something. But if we use this tool of luminosity transparency, wait a little. Ah, there it is. So the layer that was above it now is transparent. This way we can work with this type of lines even if it's scanned. That's why some people in Photoshop have this issue because Photoshop doesn't have this filter that eliminates all the whites, so they have to use the bucket or well the magic wand, then eliminate and that, and it's very, and I really don't like that. This way it make it a normal layer, so when you see it, you don't really need the multiply layer this time. The multiply layer is going to be used for the effects more than eliminating the white. So it is better because it doesn't make the or well it doesn't overlap it and it makes stupid things. Well, let's continue.
Okay.
As I say, first is the base color. Sometimes it doesn't matter if it just go out of the line because when we finish it, we will just eliminate all the other parts that are remaining or something like that. It is difficult to speak in English.
¿Cómo funciona? ¿Sí funciona bien, no?
Funcionan bastante bien.
Great. Great.
Well, let's take these ones like our example. We have now our base color. Sometimes the base color it doesn't need to be the final color or something. When I do this type of coloring, I just use a random color or the one that is the most the next one of the one I want to use or something, and then I just use the filter one
Mm-hmm.
to change it to the bases that I wanted to do,
Mm. Okay.
like this one. Because Maybe the base color that I was using the first time is too pink. I wanted to turn it a little more yellowish. So I think this one is better. Also, this is going to have a lot of changes when I add the other layer. So let's see what you will see. It is better. Okay. Now, once we have our base color, we will go to the layer window and we will duplicate the skin layer. Now
Okay.
that we have the duplicated skin layer, we will use this one to lock the layer, so all the traces that are going to be inside it will not get out.
Oh, okay.
So it's just for demonstrating. I will delete it. Yeah, there it goes. Once you once you do it, here in the mode section, we will change the mode of it, like the one that you say of multiply. So we will go for the multiply one, and it will do a change. For this one, we will use the bucket. Um, got any questions? Okay. For this one, for the multiply one, we will use the bucket in the multiply and turn it completely white.
Hmm.
The multiply one, when it tends to the white, it doesn't do any changes on the image. When it goes further into the black ones, it's going to change more the multiply of the below layer. Now that we have this, we can use another type of color. Sometimes it's better to use the base color and transform it into another color with this window over here. Like if we want to make um how I say it, a hot scene or a cold one, we
Mm-hmm.
use red or blue or even green when it comes to an,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, like this one, this blue. Mhm. We will use now a brush with a very low opacity for making this, and let's see how this turn out. If you see, it is very little changes, but the good thing about this is that you can just work with the shading, but the base color is not going to be interrupted because you switch on and off the multiply layer, and the skin tone of the below layer is going to be intact. So if you mess it up, you can just blow it all over and just start over without making any other mess, like this.
All right.
So if you make the mess like I did, just eliminate this one or making another white layer, and it will be disappeared. So let's use this one, see how it does. Remember to use always a very low opacity for the brush settings, because it will make the best effects for this. First of all, try to use or make just fadings in the first multiply, because we're going to use several multiply layers for this one. So for the first one, I recommend to use in the section of the fillet bucket is going to be one that is called gradient. It's something similar like the bucket, but it will make a soft layering into fading like this. Uh, let's see. This way you can make the first set of effects. So the skin color will tend to a certain place. Look like if do we do it the other way, like this. Oh, what happened? Over there. Now the other color is tending the the one that is darker is tending to going below the hand and is going to be lighter in the other extreme. So it will work also with the legs or something if we want to use it in only one layers. So this is going to be the first step for the skin. Once with the gradient, we will multiply it again. We will duplicate it and do the same step. Going to turn it completely white, like this. Now it's white. We have the two multipliers that are above our normal skin tone of the base. This way, if we do the other set of shadings, the multiplier of the fading will not be destroyed or something. So if you mess it up, you will be good with that. You can always do it again. Let's see what other color we can use. Oh, this one. We'll use a more purple tone. Remember, the opacity very very low. Like this is the good thing about this is that you can always change the tone of the color of the skin. Oh, I think I messed it up. I didn't doing in the normal time. Well, it doesn't matter. There. Okay. So okay. Now that the fading is completed, you can also manipulate its opacity. If you think is doing too hard over the base color, you can always change it in the layer window. So it could be softer or harder depending on what you wanted. And now we will make the other set of shadings. Let's see. Now we need we will use this color just for making a demonstration. I don't like this color at all, but we will make a little tricky. Look, now we have one of the shading, but the color I really don't like it. So you can always go to the filter. I think in Photoshop is image and changes. Here is in filter adjustments, and we go to the hue saturation. So we will change the tone of only that part without making any other changes in the base color or the other multiply layer below below this. So now if you change it, look, now it's going to be green, a little more yellow. Here's a little more red. Let's leave it like that. This is a very good trick for making this type of drawings. Don't you just keep on one type of tone. If you are not you like the way you shade it, but the color is not the one that you like it. always use these filters to change it without changing the other base colors. So if you like this one, but you want to make another set of coloring, just remember to duplicate this one, make another multiply layer, turn it into complete white, and now we have we have one multiply layer of one shading over here. We have the ones that is going to be the fading and the base color over here. Let's see if we use a color like this one. You can work with this one over here. Change the opacity, and now you have a cool effect. Well, this is very quick. You really need more time to make it and plan the way you want your drawing, but this is cool for making this type of effects or adding more colors into one section like the skin. And don't want to mess it up. So here is another cool trick that you will like to use, that is called dodging. The dodging is the same as the multiply, but this one is going to be used for making some lightning. We go to the layer window, and we will make another duplication of this one of the base color. But now we're going to turn it into complete black. Let's see if it's normal. We change it to complete black at 100 opacity. It will look like this, completely black, plain black over there. But if we use the dodging one, we change it to dodge, it will appear that nothing have changed. Even if we switch it on or off, it will look that it doesn't make any. It will just does nothing. But if we use a color, a lightning color like the yellow, green, light blues, or reds, we will see the magic over here. This one needs a very low opacity, maybe a 2 or 3. Oh, if this should respond to me, well, we'll use the 5. Even if we use the white one, we will see how the lightning will. What happened over here? Maybe it doesn't look like it, but the way the colors blend with this type of dodging layer is different if we do it with a normal one. Let's see. Let's create another one, but in a normal layer, not even in a multiply layer, and we'll do it the same. Look, we're using the same color, but this place over the cheek, is looking better and with a better lining than this one that is using the very same color. We're using plain white, but the one seems like it's going to lightning, and the other looks like it's going to be a stain or something. So that's why I use the Dutch layer, because that is the way I do the lightning over all my images. That's a cool trick. That also in SAI and also in Photoshop, so you can give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Uh, Here's something. That's the way I really color and all. So maybe if I want to do a blush in this character, let's see if I could use some of the amount of red over here. Remember, low opacity on the brush. And now in the dodging layer above this one, we're going to make the effects. Oh, what's happening? Just a little. When we zoom out, now the image is going to be different from it. Let's take out this. As I say, if you don't really like one, you can always um, modify a multiply or a dodge layer without doing harm to the other layers above. So that's why I tend to use like 80 or 90 layers for only one image. Let's see. For this multiply, I will use this same color over here. Yeah, wait, over here. Now let's use like this below the chin. And if you see, the coloring is so soft, and it could help for another people for making better their own their own drawings. It's not difficult. It's just a bit. You really need some work to make this good, and don't make a mess with the layers. So, how many layers would you? One, two, three, four. Just only five for the face. So you will now imagine how it will going to be drawing the totality of this piece. And there are any questions? You can write it in the Skype. No. Well, if you got this one, maybe I can get into the texture ones. We were making some textures for this one. Let's see if we can do it in the dress.
Cool. All right.
So for this one, if you see, I tend to just don't get a fuck with the lines. When it doesn't touch the background, I just try make the color over there. Just not try to mess up when it's touching the background. Let's make maybe not the dress, maybe better the hair. Let's go to the layer section and make a new layer. Name it hair, or the best that you want. And what color we can use for the hair? Red? Okay, let's do it red. Totally red, make mess. So we'll do a orangey red. So Let's make the base color. Remember, plain color. This one is going not to, not is not going to have texture or nothing. This is going to be the very very base. You can use the pencil with all the full opacity on it, so it don't leave white spaces. This drawing was made by a friend, so she really will mess it with the outlines. I say, just do it, close the outlines so I can use the fill bucket. But she really doesn't hear me, and I have to do it manually.
Mm.
If the outline was closed, I could use the fill bucket and without any problem. But I have to do it completely manual. So if you see, the layer of the hair is above the one of the skin. So I really doesn't need to erase to erase the one that is going to the skin.
Okay.
This is going to take a long time.
That's okay. That's all right. Let's see.
It's just for demonstrating.
God damn it. Oh, God.
Oh, what the hell? Also, the computer is lagging a lot. Well, let's do it rough, and then we can fix it. Just
I got cholesterol.
to make this visual. You can do also this if you doesn't have many patience. You do this like this, and then with the eraser, you got cutting all the remaining spaces that you really doesn't want. But that's for another thing. Let's do the texture shit. So now that we have the base color, we're going to the internet and we will seek a good texture for it. Well, let's see. We have here a texture. Will try to work with this. The best is for all the textures in internet or in other things to be black and white. So if it had to look something, just go to the filter one and go to the grayscale. Make it grayscale or the posterized one and turn it completely black and white. This way it will going to work even better than if it is colored or something. So here we're going to copy this one. We're going to our original image and we're going to paste it.
Okay.
A nadie le importa, ya cállate.
I'm dead serious right now.
Okay, now we have the texture over here and now we're going to transform it. Just use Control T for make this transformation.
That's how you change the volume.
The first version of it, yes, it's one called Open Canvas 1.1. That version is completely free. My version, I buy it. I buy it in Portal Graphics. It cost me like 51 bucks, 59 bucks. So sorry. What have you done? Okay, now that we have, oh, what happened? Now that we have the texture over it, we will try to make sure that all the texture is covering the part that we wanted, like this, the hair goes. We will use the magic wand. We'll and go to the hair, to the above one. Use the magic wand and make a selection in the hair. Wait for it. There it goes. Now that the selection is complete, we're going to use the delete button, and all the remaining selection is going to be completely deleted, but it will merge with the one that is from the hair. Now we can switch off the selection and it will turn out like this. But we really doesn't want this way. So we're going to turn the selection of the layer the, from normal to dodge, multiply, or even other cool layers that they appear over in other programs. I think Photoshop have a wide variety of these layer multipliers that can change completely the way you can see this. If you see the and we change the opacity of the layer above the hair one,
You see that quality? That was amazing.
you will see that the texture is
That was like my dick. Amazing.
now the texture is complete. We can use another um, duplication of the base color to make the all the shading and all the lighting like we did with the
Come on,
skin.
you piece of shit.
Let's do it. Let's duplicate this one. Now that it's duplicated, we will lock it. Now that it's locked, we will turn it to white, plain complete white, because we're going to add some shading. Come on, do it. Now, so here is a cool stuff. You will see that when you use a normal type of layer, when you do a trace over above the layer, it's going to just um, well make a mess. It's not going to blend with the texture. But if you use the multiply one, it will going to blend and going to do awesome things. Let's use
Awesome shit.
something like this. So
You wanna go to merch?
work. Oh,
The computer is lagging.
ah, it barely see, but let's
Your computer
make darker this color. Now you see it.
barely.
This way you can make the shadows without even disturbing the texture, and it will end that effect that the texture is also having the shading and the shades. If you see, I am using a blue one in this orange. I tend not to use the base color or the variety of the base color in the shading, because sometimes it just don't seem real or just doesn't give the correct effect that I want to give. So look at it. Now we'll turn the opacity a little more so it can be seen better. No, not much.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Well, something like this. But if you can see, the shading is now contraposting with the um, with the texture one, and also um, uh, is blending with the base color. So if we want to use like some bang effects, let's use the erase one. And if you can see, you can modify the shade without even destroying the texture or destroying the base color. That's the way I used to work. So for finaling this, we will make another duplication of the layer, and we'll make some lightning, just a little lightning. Remember, if you want to make the one that is going to be the lightning, just paint it completely in black, like this. It will look like this, and then turn it into the Dutch layer. It will appear it doesn't do anything, but when you add the coloring, it's going to look awesome.
I admit it is pretty awesome.
Look,
You,
Hmm.
so if you see the lightning could make a great perk for your drawings if you use correctly the layered ones. So you can also, as I say, you can erase it. Oh shit, no. When we erase it, try to make sure the lock is off, and now you can do this, and you can work with the light and you can manipulate it as you want without even destroying the multiply layers, the base color, and the texture layers. That's the way I did this one over here, this image over here. If you see, I use the same. I use the base color in red. Then I make a multiply layer over it and make the shadings. Then I add some textures that I found in the internet and put them on. Then I make the dodging layers for making all the lightning. That applies for the skin, for the clothes, for even the presents. That's the best way for me for making the coloring. I hope this helps you out. You can really make some crazy things with
shit.
it.